right to the racks. Then I make that shit back. Run up on me, get shot in the back.
It's Jerry TV in a beautiful VX Scout Channel, man. Back another Diamonds today, pops. We have shout out to Tyler Oliveira. You ever heard of him?
Never heard of him.
I heard he's the better Tommy G.
He's the better Oliveira.
Oakland, where every crime is legal. I feel like that's how we feel about Oakland, right? Where it's like lawless.
So, Tommy Oliveira, you know hablo español or you Americano?
Or Braziliano, right?
Or the Braziliano.
He looks Portuguese, some shit. Yo, it's Jerry TV, VX Scout Channel. Listen, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. You request, and then
we at
follow us on
Instagram
at
Jeremy TV
and
Pops Reacts.
Anything you want to say before you get into it?
First time tuning in, subscribe to the channel, request the content, and watch my belly grow.
As we...
You know, I'm 67 years old. He's 15 years old. We cover a lot of topics on this channel. Specifically, we're going to cover...
Yo ho. No.
Yo ho. I wouldn't say that. So.
You right?
Yeah,
we think alike.
Alright.
Alright. That's everything.
She cheated on you. Let her go, bro.
This is Oakland, California.
The owner of this property is not responsible for any theft or vandalism. The owner of this property is not responsible.
Wow.
Lawlessness, crime, homelessness, police giving up, businesses closing, and with 1 of every 30 residents having their car stolen last year, a 38% increase in robberies, 23% increase.
1 in every, like, why would you even live there? 1 out of 30 people. So that means 1 of your family members probably got robbed. Or your extended family members.
And whose fault that this is happening? Is this the Democrats? Is it the Republicans? Is it the legislation, the California House? What's happening? Explain to me the lawlessness, because as bad as New York City is, this is not happening in New York.
Hell no. They're
You're getting locked up.
Increase in burglaries and 44% increase in motor vehicle theft. In-N-Out made history by closing their first store in 75 years due to the rampant crime happening at their Oakland location.
Wait, but what do you mean crime? Like, so people are just going there stealing burgers and shit?
Yeah, like what? Are people like running to the back and grilling?
Fries, word.
From both.
Season some fries.
Police union calling for Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao to resign, claiming the city has become an international embarrassment under her leadership, and with many residents believing the police no longer have their back in the event of a crime, and with the district attorney focusing on not incarcerating criminals, many Oakland residents believe they need new leadership to restore Oakland to the cultural capital it once was.
Target enslaved my ancestors a year ago.
Target?
I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm a worker, and I'm queer. So I've got 4 different oppressional systems already fighting against me.
Yeah, I've been assaulted by a man. He hit me 5 times in my face already.
I got like kidnapped and taken against my will.
So I met up with Bay Area native and investigative journalist Darren Stalcup to hit the streets and see what's really going on in Oakland. Right, look at that. The suspected fire right here. This thing is torn up.
I love this. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. These guys are actually in the trenches, in the field. Not in some cushy studio
like us,
complaining about how bad America is.
We got more and more mobile units people are living in. The homelessness is unending.
Wow,
literally. The graffiti on the walls, skid marks on the ground.
Nothing wrong with the graffiti.
You need to be careful out here. The f is that? The cops trailing us. The f is this corrupt?
No, he's just giving us an escort. He knows where. Yeah, he knows
He's giving us an escort?
Yeah. Right now there's a cop following us.
What?
What's going on here? Why are we the ones being followed? I don't know why we're being followed when there's no doubt criminal activity left, right, and center.
A lot of the kids have guns now, so when I'm walking around, I'm not looking for some 25-year-old guy with a gun.
Yeah.
I'm
13-year-olds out here?
I'm looking for 7-year-olds with guns, actually. I'm like... I love the way Tyler moves.
Hey, I definitely just ran around.
He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do shit. We're headed to a giant camp. We're gonna get out there.
Yeah, it's like that in Philly. Like Philly, like they don't pull you over like that unless they really need to.
Yeah, we spent some time in Philly, and in Philly, everybody got like a brake light that don't work, or headlight that don't work,
or running red lights, and they don't do
or running red lights. It's like the laws exist, but they're kind of relaxed. People from Philly, let me know, is this true or false?
before things get shiesty and dark. So we made our way to a massive homeless encampment directly next to the highway that would make you think we're in a third world country and not the richest area of the richest country in the world. We're going into the lion's den right now. We're gonna be cool, calm, and collected, mind our six. We wanna actually get some word on the street right now. I haven't seen a true vlog or documentary or really anything recently of what's going on here in Oakland.
Every RV has like 4 Walter Whites. Like
that is true. I feel like people don't really cover Oakland. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like people don't want to go over there.
Yeah, I think these guys are covering it from a different perspective, which is cool, because you have to. What we lack right now in society is respect for each other's point of views on stuff. Where you're right, I'm wrong, and that's it. But it's cool that we get to like really analyze this guy's perspective on stuff.
Lots of flies, lots of human fecal matter. There's a
Human
ton of
fecal
trash
matter,
behind me
wow.
right now. I did not know this became a human dumping ground. This is right by the freeway, right by the Burger King. Looks to be some fire damage.
Yeah, right. I think it's the camera.
What up, fam?
How you doing?
What up, fam?
Is anyone home in the treehouse? Hi there. Is this your place right here?
It's stink, right?
Okay.
He
How
said
long you been out here?
downstairs.
Oh, I've been in this for homeless in this area for about 2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do they do many sweeps?
They don't do shit around here.
I'm trying to figure out why we're in a first-class city and you guys are living out here in poverty, you know?
Between here to everybody,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
drugs, too much party.
And I saw that slingshot. Is that for self-protection?
I know.
No?
Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's someone else's?
Hey, nah.
Oh.
So you're gonna hurt you. Come on in.
How do you live like that? Like
You sleeping
your
here?
mind has to be warped, right? Like there's something wrong with you, like mentally, like.
Yeah, a lot of this is drug abuse. Like
Yeah.
the guy said, drugs, a lot of partying. It's just that's just you getting high. There's no
Yeah.
partying. You're getting high. You're getting high, and you go to sleep. You don't eat. You get high, and that's what these people are doing.
You wake up 10 years later.
And there's no laws. Like I don't care. As an American citizen, you know, as I don't care what party you like. This can't be. Like we have to clean this up. You got to not only like arrest these people, kick them out, but get help and. There's none.
At this point, like you gotta force them into getting help, right?
There's none.
Hey, nah.
There's no help for them.
So you're gonna hurt you.
There's
Come on in.
You sleeping here?
This is where I'm gonna
Wow.
be staying here. I'm gonna finish
What's
here.
with all these flies? Just the trash?
No, it's flies. They're just flies.
They're just everywhere out here?
everywhere out here.
You use anything?
So you anything? No.
Nah.
Smoke weed is about it.
Ah.
Well, you know,
Liar.
they help more out there with their people out there in San Francisco. That Berkeley's the same way. Berkeley help the homeless.
Yeah.
Out here in Oakland, I don't know if there's too many of us or what's going on, but they just don't. To me, they don't give a crap.
Yeah.
What they want to do is they want to push us into a corner and hide us. But what they don't realize is that the problem is becoming really, really, really big. No, have fun in the garbage.
He likes slingshots?
Yeah,
Okay. Easy, brother. See ya. And just walk with me for a second here, Darren. Just want to show the amount of trash right next to the main street. I don't understand why this is here. Why this is not swept up.
Billions of dollars have been wasted only for the situation to get worse.
I mean, trash, unending trash, people living in there. Talked to our boy, there's flies nonstop. The road is being used, so they're living right next to a freeway exit. Look at that. I mean, look, just zip straight through. As I would too. I mean, you gotta be smart and quick in these roads. Obviously, the smell is something you cannot experience through the camera, but you can only imagine 10, 20 years of living out here. No sewage.
It is hot.
No running water. Feels like we're in a third world country.
Yeah, I was thinking
Tents on tents on tents, non-stop out here. Just keep in mind it's parallel to functional streets. This stuff's being used on a daily basis.
I know he keeps saying third world feels like a third world country. It is a third world country.
Oakland is a third world country.
It
City.
is. It's not feels like you're in a third world country. I know you're gonna get back in your cushy car and drive away, but that's the reality.
I mean, just all sorts of random shit. Trash, tents, people in their cars right here, living life.
Living
I
life.
think it's interesting. I imagine not many people walk through here. Just begs the question, why isn't this trash been swept? Do they ever clean up the trash?
Yeah, outside of clean that trash.
Yeah. Full setup, trash, tents, freeway. It just baffles me that these streets are actively being used right now. Definitely interesting setup. I'm starting to get the feeling that no one ever comes out here, Darren.
This is the epitome of neglect and abandonment.
Yeah.
This is a mecca for the destitute.
Yeah.
Wanderers.
I mean, look right here. We have trank needles right here.
Look, 3 dogs digging through the rummage. 5 dogs. 5 dogs.
Yeah, this is sad. He has poop hanging out of him. Man, this is sad.
You don't see homeless dogs either.
Yeah, tell them, Pops.
Yeah, my biggest gripe with human beings is you guys always complain about everything, but we can't seem to solve the homeless crisis. So many of our veterans are mentally ill, on drugs, and you don't see homeless dogs, but you see homeless people. Ponder that as you snack on your Big Mac.
These dogs out here. How long you been out here?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years? Is rent just too expensive or what? Yeah. ¿Cuántos años vivía aquí?
Like 7.
Tu casa?
Like 7?
Yeah.
7? You built this all yourself?
Yeah, tu casa.
All right, wow. You sleep in here?
No yet.
Okay, got it.
I live in the truck right now.
This is the story everywhere. This is a common theme, not just in Oakland or San Francisco, the Bay Area, or all across California, but all across the country. We are seeing a major shift. Not only are we witnessing the largest redistribution of wealth our country has ever seen, we are seeing the largest gap between the haves and the haves not.
No, it's true, but it's just the easiest time to make money, I would say. Like,
yeah, it's easy for you to say that because you come from a stable situation. A lot of these people are jammed up. There is a lot of ways to make money.
But 20 years ago, there wasn't ways to become, I guess, copywriters or drop shipping. There's many professions that people have that you don't even need to go to school for, but it might take time to build up. But I'm saying, like, you didn't have that 20 years ago. Like, come on, Pops.
Right.
When you were 22, did you have an option to drop ship or do Amazon FBA? No. Debate that. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't even have electricity, how can you charge your laptop so you could kind of figure out the internet?
Who doesn't have electricity?
Third world countries.
No, we live in a first world country, Bob.
That's third world. We just agreed that it was third world. Now it's
third world. It's a third world city, not a country.
You know, someone who are mentally ill, have drug addiction, need help, just a little bit of guidance. Granted, in all fairness, some people don't want to be helped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people don't want to be helped.
Class is dying, and people are working 9 to 5, living check to check.
¿Trabaja aquí?
No, cut him off.
Aquí? Es peligroso aquí.
He said, I came here to buy meat, not deliver.
Wow, come on.
Come on with the translation. I got you,
Tyler.
What's his name? Tyler.
Oliveira. Sí. ¿Por qué?
Porque hay muchos delincuentes.
Yeah. ¿Vagabundos?
Vagabundos.
¿Cuántos años los campos allí?
Pues aquí como uno mínimo unos 20 años.
20 años. Wow. ¿Por qué es posible que viven aquí?
Porque la policía les admiten.
Honestly, the country I grew up in is slowly but surely becoming unrecognizable. I'm not too sure if California is going to sink into the ocean or burn to the ground. We just walked through what might as well be Little Libya. I mean, it was a cesspool, feces, urine everywhere, trash, garbage. It was absolutely horrible to see the quality of life in which our fellow Americans are living in.
To the right of us, there is the red light district, unofficially. I didn't realize it. We saw 2 working girls. I would say we could go walk by. We could. You wanna?
They might say hi, huh?
They might say hi. They might tell us f off. We might get shot.
Walking a blade.
Come on, real talk though, real talk.
They walk in a
blade. We're definitely watching out here.
Yeah.
Let's just, why don't we turn around?
Just random
Actually,
pictures.
that's his homeboy right here. Question for you. You see these chicks working the streets every day? Is it dangerous having your shop out here?
Oh, yeah.
Ask him. Okay. Oh, he's strapped.
Oh,
how you doing, sir?
It's a large encampment just a block down. It goes along the freeway.
More right than we do.
Those guys ever give you any trouble?
Yep.
How do you feel about Mayor Sheng Tao, the mayor of Oakland? Should she be reelected or should a new leader step in?
Right now, everything needs to change.
Did you always have the gun, or did you kind of realize I
He
need to
sound
protect
like
myself out here?
It's just tough right here.
He sounded like he didn't want to like shame his fellow Asian.
Yeah, that vibe. Right?
You know what I mean? Because you know, she got the job and representing the Asian people, which is probably heavy in the California, Oakland area. But those encampments need to be destroyed, cleaned up, and wiped out. You know what I mean? It's way too out of control.
Right now,
Yeah.
put it that way.
I believe it's necessary for law-abiding citizens to have the means and capability to defend themselves. As you know, all the criminals out here have guns, so I have no problem with
That's what I'm saying.
And I
Yeah,
actually
machine
feel
guns.
safer.
Machine guns? Do you see yourself owning this business here in Oakland for a long time, or you want to get out of here?
40 years already.
40 years?
Yeah.
When did you notice the shift, if any?
About maybe 10 years ago.
10 years?
Things got worse and worse, and now it's just ridiculously.
Is the law enforced out here?
Lawlessness. There's nothing out here.
You think this is a good place to raise a family nowadays?
No. Definitely not.
Has anyone ever been shot at this intersection or that intersection?
Many times.
Many times.
Last week for what?
Let's talk to sheriff real quick. Working girls on the streets right here, and the sheriff. Let's say hi. Push for it. So is that legal right there?
What?
Prostitution?
They're only in the city.
Okay.
Can't touch them.
Can't touch them.
They're victims.
Human trafficking?
They need help. Exactly.
I see. All right. See ya.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's sad.
Apparently.
My man trying to make it home to his little friend. He trying to make it home to his little kids.
Yeah.
He's like, they're untouchable.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess we just go ask. And speaking of which, we got the ambulance right in front of us. Things are happening fast out here.
Hey, that's DJ Fire Truck. That's DJ Fire Truck right there.
Is it always like this?
Yes.
Yeah. Gunshots, ambulance. Only wonder what has happened. They're dancing. All right. Wow.
They're working broad daylight. Wow.
All right. How are you guys doing, by the way?
I'm good.
And even that cop, he said you guys are being human trafficked.
No.
No?
This is very much by choice.
Entrepreneurship?
By choice, baby.
Okay. We spoke to Luxury and Tiffany earlier about doing a
Luxury
interview.
and Tiffany.
Would you be interested? Now, while my last interview with the oldest profession in human history got the entire video demonetized, if you want to hear Alexis' story, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $5 a month on patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for early access to every video before it goes up on YouTube, extended cuts, uncensored moments like these, and DLC content that'll never be uploaded to YouTube. Help us go fully independent and continue to bring boots on the ground coverage to you that's not bought and paid for by shady corporate interests. And on our way out of the red light district, I saw this woman taping cardboard to what once was her window that appeared to have been freshly bipped. Question for you. Just wondering if the car got broken into, basically. Yeah? When did this happen?
Looking at her like, damn, like you can tell this not the first time she's going through it.
That was my first question. Is this the first time?
She's just over it mentally, right? At this point, she's moved to Texas, right? Go somewhere else. Just get out of Oakland, California. You might be like, well, it's more expensive in Texas now too. But Oakland is way more expensive than anywhere in the world, right? It's the San Francisco, Oakland area.
It's really expensive,
that shit's
really
like
high end.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, like, I grew up in the South Bronx, right? I'm 67 years old. He's 15 years old, right? So I grew up in the Bronx, and this was commonplace. Like, people bipping your car, like breaking in. And the part that I could tell this lady's issue is, she's not upset that they broke in her car. She's upset that she did the precautionary measures of not leaving nothing in her car.
And they still
broke into her shit.
Sure, I was in the hospital. My brother had the car for me while I was in the hospital.
You put the windows down,
I
right?
got my car back, and this is what it looked like.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened.
You could just, I don't know. These people just don't care about other people's shit, really.
Sure. Is this something you would file a police report for, or is it kind of no use?
At this point, honey.
But she got foam in her mouth?
My brother didn't.
People call 911 in Oakland, they get a voicemail, and they're told to leave a message.
It happens.
Yeah.
They can either get a voicemail or get put on hold.
They don't have enough humans to answer the phone. And even if a human does answer the phone, they're not finna come for a couple hours.
You're not finna?
Anyone else who's had their car broken into like this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody?
This isn't my first time.
Yeah. How many times has that happened to you?
5, 10.
I can't even count on two hands. I've had my car stolen 2 or 3 times, broken into, more than 10 times.
Yeah.
So I knew that. It's just stuff. I think
some bullshit. The fact that this is allowed, you know? The fact that the cops can't do anything or won't do anything. What up? How you doing, brother? We just talked to Auntie outside who had her car window broken in.
That's normal, man.
Normal?
Yeah, that's normal out here.
Everyday occurrence?
Rule number 1, bro, don't leave your stuff in the car.
You guys thought the bipping in San Francisco were bad? The bipping in Oakland and surrounding neighborhoods like Piedmont and Hayward and Berkeley, it's absolutely out of control.
And while the police may not do anything if you break into someone's car, commit grand theft auto, steal an ATM, or beat and rob an old lady on the street, if you park on the side of the street and don't pay the meter, you will be fined and punished. We got a $61 parking ticket. People can do fentanyl, poop on the streets, break into cars,
shoot each other.
No infractions. A little park too long? There's nowhere to park out here, by the way. While me complaining about this parking ticket may seem silly, it highlights a fundamental double standard in how citizens who cause no harm to others are punished and held accountable for breaking the rules, while violent criminals victimizing innocents every day are allowed to do whatever they want and face little to no consequences.
Come on.
With all this crime
Is it
and
that
lawlessness,
bad?
why do people still live here?
You can't even get
Let's
gas.
look at the beautiful skyline.
You just said
This
that. You
is
just said that. How do people still live there? He just asked.
the beauty of Oakland.
What a nice place to live.
Definitely. I would definitely not raise a family here, but I respect those who have the balls to do it. Oakland has better, sunnier weather than its older brother San Francisco. It's more affordable, it's a cool cultural melting pot, and it's a quick 35-minute commute to San Francisco. With all these benefits, a lot of people want to live here, even if they can't afford the median $2,255 per month in rent, leading countless to get priced out of their apartments and to set up tents wherever they can get away with it. And just underneath the bridge in this beautiful park, you'll find people living in tents completely blocking the entire sidewalk. But before I talk to these people living under the bridge, Oakland ended up on the streets. You got any thoughts?
I think it's a person's lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's something to get used to when you're not used to it. I've been in a house my whole life, and now unhoused means anybody that doesn't.
Demands.
Sure.
The highest voice a man has ever.
Yeah, I was confused. Not even Michael Jackson joined that high. He said, our house means
I have a trailer, and it gets breaking
The
into
world's
everyone.
highest voice.
Yeah.
The city does more damage than the people who are living on the streets. They wouldn't be on the streets if the community and the environment took care of each other.
Is it dangerous out here, or is it pretty chill?
It's very dangerous out here, especially at night.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been assaulted by a man. He hit me 5 times in my face already because I told him no for a sexual favor, and he got mad.
That's sad.
Is that a common situation out here?
For women, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm by myself too.
How are the cops out here? Do they help you if you ask for help? Or?
You call the cops, they don't come.
Okay. Has the city ever? Yeah.
Oh yeah, a girl across the street. There was a girl there all night long, and she was doing fentanyl.
Okay.
And the guy that lives there tried to wake her up, and she was dead, and he put the body outside. The police came and got the body.
Have you seen bodies out here in the water?
Oh yeah, they put them in the lake. They sweep the lake all the time for bodies. This is a common place to dump a body.
Wow. Mario, you live right over here?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, you got shade at the very least.
Shade, I mean, it's a killer sight. You buy water, but it's just the thought of being outside, homeless, in a tent, somewhere where you're not supposed to be.
Sure.
It kind of sucks.
How did you end up out here?
I would say the lack of help, proper resources.
Yeah.
And then, 2, the initiative to take, the action on myself, too.
Choosing to be
Wow,
homeless?
he sounds like a regular guy.
Yeah, that's some accountability though.
Wow, finally. Yeah.
He probably left out the
Drugs.
drugs.
I don't think
and
he's on drugs. Like, he seems pretty.
No, probably some drugs or some kind of mental illness.
Yeah, right.
He sounds pretty
driven out by the pricing.
Cool.
Driven out by the pricing
Yeah.
and just like bullshit. A lot of bullshit.
The cost of living is astronomical, and working 2 jobs is still not a living wage. Some people say you need.
Hey, politicians,
$400,000.
bro. He's like a politician guy, like aspiring. I don't know if he's.
And it's not even about like living wage, right? It's not that. It's that when you work 2 jobs, you don't have a life. And I've been fortunate to have a job, but I don't need 2 jobs. But I know people that have 2 jobs, and you're never home.
Or maybe overtime could be 2 jobs. 12-hour days is 2 jobs to me, right?
Yeah, and nobody done more overtime watching this channel than me.
Here, just to be middle class. How do you feel about the social economics?
I want more 100% affordable housing.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to the audience at home? Any advice for the kids, or at home with their parents, or any?
Stay in school.
Don't be no fool. Follow your
don't
heart.
do what I did.
What did you do? How'd you end up out here?
Well,
He's
I was
homeless?
I was the best kid. I didn't listen to. I was adopted. I didn't listen to my family. I went to Skyline. I never went to school for that whole period of the year, and
you paid for
Oakland
it.
Public School District expelled me, and then my mom countersued. She won, and then I got sent away. I got kidnapped and taken against my will.
What do you mean? Like one of those reformatory school things? Oh
Yes.
shit, I've heard about that.
And you still messed it up.
Like bag over your head, you wake up in the woods.
What the fuck?
You had tents light up
That's
on
real?
fire out here?
Yeah. We can do a video.
Yes.
Yeah.
That whole bridge. Somebody set a fire at one tent, and the whole bridge lit up.
Oh shoot. Okay. They've come down here and tried to sweep.
Yeah, but we wouldn't leave.
Okay. And they just give up.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for food and water out here if you're immobile?
I normally go to the taco truck around the corner and panhandle.
Okay.
And if someone has enough money, I'll do something strange for some change. I just hustle. But I get change and food stamps. I get my check tomorrow.
When you say strange for change, we're talking like sex work?
Yes. Yeah.
You will accept housing if someone comes down from the city?
Yes, I will accept housing if someone comes down from the city.
Okay.
I'm tired. I want to go inside.
Do most people use out here?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people have like problems, mental problems, and you know what I'm saying, some people are kind of like unstable in their own way because of the lack of clean medicine. You know what I'm saying, and they use what they use because it helps.
They use it as a coping mechanism?
I've seen it. There's people out here with, you know what I'm saying, I have a friend that's autistic and he uses that to kind of stabilize himself. Like, it's fucked up because of the dirt and the that's in it.
Sure.
I have just recently, man, a lady came over here and really kind of she died, like
right in front of you.
Yeah.
Is there a world where you move to just like a cheap town in the middle of the Midwest that costs $500 a month?
Not doing it.
Why not?
Because I love California, and like that's the state that I want to live in, and I was born here. And
you want to keep getting hot?
Yeah.
Extremely disturbing.
Yeah.
Sober to see so many.
So he clenches like jaw. Yeah. I'm sober, all right.
All throughout the city, not just in one particular neighborhood, but all throughout Oakland. It seems like the quality of life here is non-existent.
Look at that. This is
disease
crazy.
is rampant, and this is
He said
what
disease.
used to be a children's playground. This
take a
is
look.
Fallout 3.
Not necessarily
You have a needle?
childproof anymore.
Yeah.
So you guys understand, I've been to so many places at this point, I'm starting to lose my emotional sensitivity to what's going on here a little bit. I don't really know how to react anymore because at this point it's all starting to blend.
I mean, this car is floating right now.
Whoa.
What's going on?
That is crazy.
All right, come on, talk to some criminals.
You guys
Talk
are
to the
not
bippers.
alone. Hey, what up? Where are we at right now?
We're in Oakland, California.
Okay, I just saw this car levitating. That's why I walked over
Kia
here.
boy.
Are we in the park right now?
This is a park.
Okay. Does the city come out here and say, hey, let's get you guys in the shelter? Or is it just like you're good to do whatever?
Well, unfortunately,
Yeah.
the city doesn't they don't do much.
Okay.
They do keep the porta potties out.
All right.
That keeps down the hips.
When's the last time this place was swept?
The hips, hepatitis?
You know?
You have to answer that one.
It was a minute ago.
The inconsistency between the corrupt nonprofits, they get billions of dollars, and the nonprofits who are actually helping people, they get pennies, if that. Isn't that weird? The ones that are
That's
enabling,
not weird. That's
how they want it to go.
That's how it is, so that they still get the other people still get their money. You
That's
know what
the
I mean?
industry.
Like that's the industry, of course.
They call it the homeless
He
industrial.
just want to disagree, right?
Yeah, he disagreed for no reason.
Yeah, you could tell he's that guy that disagrees with you no matter what you say.
Mr. Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, he was the devil's advocate. He's like, oh, that's just the industry. That's not the industry. It's because that's how they get their money.
Have to be based on two incomes. Two incomes easy, and that's the only way.
Two incomes.
Two incomes.
Right now, you guys are doing better than the city.
Yeah.
Some people
Hey,
are working.
that means a
two
lot.
No, like there's a thing called control chaos.
Yeah.
Like, a random person will just come and start like dumping trash themselves or start a fire or you know what I mean, and then they'll be like, oh
Make you
yeah,
guys look bad?
He's like, start a
but
fire.
half the time it ain't even us. It's people who are like this, because I've seen it. A fireman running in between, and I'm thinking on Wood Street, what the hell is that guy doing running between front line and back line? Nobody sees this guy? Okay, cool. Boom. 30 minutes later.
Good Tyler. Tyler said, come on.
I know.
So the firemen come, because when they're going
Edit that.
because
Cut
the
'em out.
sirens, it only goes like woo.
Got it.
It's a low
Got it.
rear. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah, real low. If you notice, they're going to homeless.
Yeah, that's New York
It's
City.
not really. Yeah, there you go.
It's DJ Fire Truck.
Please do not park blocking this driveway. Thank you. Zoom out a little bit. Look what we see. They are making it home right here.
Yes.
Lakeisha, how do you like Oakland?
It's a happening
burned.
place, independent
Down.
city,
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you feel safe living here?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Yeah, really very fair.
All right. Where are the cops out here?
They're all right. They're
All
all
right.
right. They're all right by me.
Yeah. Can they do anything?
About this?
Yeah. Lawlessness?
No, they really can't.
No.
This is spiritual warfare. This is a job for God and His soldiers.
Yeah. Lakeisha, it's been an honor.
Out.
My pleasure. Anytime,
Tread
guys.
safely.
Enchanté. Merci beaucoup.
All right.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah. He's bilingual.
Ooh,
Oh.
hella hot. We
Do a little bit more. Wait, you like that?
I love
Wait, have
that.
you guys shaken hands?
Hella lovely.
It's nice to
Shake
meet
hands.
you.
Come
Very
on
nice
now.
to meet you. Give me some sugar.
Oh, yeah. Get over there.
Oh, he ain't trying to touch her.
Get over there. Give her a hug.
Look at him.
When's the last time she showered? He's like, I know he's thinking in his head. I don't know when's the last time she showered. I'm scared.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
All right, thank you. Are we gonna get a kiss on camera here or what? Do you think he's sexy?
He's sexy, is he? Man, he's more than sexy. He's hot.
God bless you, sister. I
Well, God
appreciate
bless
the
you.
interview. You want a 6
Au revoir.
Be friends on their sister.
Oh. Homelessness is rampant
said,
in the
"Au
streets of
revoir,
Oakland, but how did it get to this point?
Crack era, which took place in the 80s. Essentially, the war on drugs back then really
We gotta do
ignited
documentary
a
on
lot
that.
Yeah,
of
pause it.
chaos.
Back in the day, shit.
A president administration forced the drug crack era.
Which is Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. No, Bush.
Reagan,
It was Bush.
In the community,
Food for thought.
which of course led to more families struggling. The suffering that took place in the 80s led to an initiative to redevelop Oakland in the 90s. So in the 90s, a lot of revitalization started to take place, investments in the communities, and this led to a flourishing art and music scene, which led to Oakland and the San Francisco Bay Area at large to become the cultural capital of the world. And of course, this also led to a renaissance in the 90s with all the internet and the technology, Steve Jobs.
How did we get from Steve Jobs to stealing ATM machines with chains and breaking into McDonald's? This place used to be the cultural capital of the West Coast. Now, lawlessness and despair. But there's some cool neighborhoods.
That's what you describe Oakland as.
How you doing?
She's pissed. Yeah.
Hold on. Sister,
Where is
can
she
we
at?
interview you?
She heard the one over there.
That hurt.
I know it hurt, but
And it hurts to a depth because I'm a black woman.
okay. You're upset a little bit.
Get
It's
him,
all love.
sister.
It's all love. I'm not trying to piss anyone off.
Okay.
We're here with you now.
Okay.
And you're from Oakland?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I struck an emotional chord.
She's got a nice smile.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, my name is Jolie Zaradrevich.
Okay.
The Bay Area knows me. I don't even need the introduction.
All right.
I'm the co-developer underneath the Black Panther leader. So when
Okay.
you said
You know
like
Black Panther
despair
started.
Still around?
and loss in this
Oh,
city,
shit.
Yeah.
the crime is because people are homeless. We are stealing basic necessities.
Sure.
People are bipping into cars because they are on the streets. So I wouldn't necessarily consider it to be crime. When you describe
Was
the
it?
city as craziness,
It's crime, sis.
Yeah.
It's crime. And I know there's a lot of things causing it, but it's crime. Between homeless shelters, trying to feed people, initiatives to help people and get people off drugs, mental illness, and try to clean it up like that. But you have to have a line of this is crime. And it's just common sense in the sense that I grew up in something like this. And it's interesting because New York, the back end of New York right now, this is beginning to happen now, like the breaking into cars. But we went in an era where I grew up in an era where you could leave the car for nothing. You had to take your radio out. You couldn't leave your radio in your car because they'll steal your radio.
That's wild.
Right? So they had Benzies that you could pull out, take it. You see people carrying the radio. Then we went through like the 90s and 2000s. Everything was good. People were flourishing, making money. And now it's getting bad again. But she can't say that's not crime. So what's crime
I
then?
wouldn't put it as the word craziness. I would look at it as there's a political system where we've never had access to the rightful money that we're supposed to be at. Very much so.
Sure.
And you can see the political leaders around here pretty much not giving a about what we're
100%.
doing. And the very first people that they say, oh, there's this big crime surge is what they categorize as these black super predators. These young black men and black women who are on the streets struggling.
And she's right about that because if you look up Biden, if you look up the Clintons, when they were in the Congress, they called young black youth super predators and we must put them all in jail.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So she's spitting facts.
Help me understand Oakland a little bit more besides just like lawlessness and crime, because there is a little bit of that. We can't deny that, right?
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't look at a crime. If you're going into Target, a multi-billion-dollar company, and stealing clothes, it's not a crime. You're resourceful.
Not a crime?
Okay.
Hell no. It's
Wow. Okay, now.
But this is the gray area, and this is
That's
where
the left right there. That's far left, right?
Yeah, there's left, far left, and then nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's just nonsense because, okay, let's say you're right. For the sake of argument, let's say she's right. So if I own a business and people come in and start ripping my business off, and they know if they get anything under $1,000, they don't got to go to jail, right? Then what do? I pack up my business
and leave.
And then I leave. So it adds to the no jobs, no economy in the community. So no, don't sit there and tell me that, oh, Target enslaved us or Target this or I'm this. And no, like, I think you said at the beginning of the video, there's so many ways to make money and be proficient at life and make a factor instead of blaming demand.
Yeah, you can't.
And yes, demand impacts us every day.
It gets you nowhere though.
But you can't have it like, yo, I'm just going to Target, take whatever I want, yo.
Resourceful. You're homeless.
That's where we disagree, I think.
You've been displaced. I mean, because you're white and I'm black, there's a whole nother socioeconomical piece that I have never had access to. So you can go into any single place and put your name on a piece of paper, apply for that job. You're not worried about if your name sounds too black. You're not worried about if when you show up.
But what happened in diversity, inclusion, American law that they passed that for these companies, you have to have a certain amount of
equal opportunity.
Opportunity employees.
But you have a lot of people on the right that they're trying to diss Kamala Harris now, saying that she is a DEI or DEI diversity, DIE or what a diversity inclusion hire, whatever, or employee. And I agree with her. Like I don't agree with everything she says, and I don't disagree with everything she says. She's making a valid point. I grew up in a culture where, you know, a lot of black men are not getting hired. They're not getting the jobs because they're black.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
true.
saying? And you see it over and over. And a lot of people be in the comments be like, oh, that's BS, everybody opportunity. But no, I've seen it with my own eyes, certain jobs. Handyman, doorman. Like, people don't have access to jobs. Like, they're the good union jobs. They don't have it. Like, you see it. Like, we're just beginning to enter... in New York City, era now when you ride the subway or the train, which are the drivers for the bus and conductors for the train are getting good money. They're making 100, 150, 200 a year.
With overtime, right?
With overtime, right?
Yeah.
Because they're finally getting included into that.
Do something with your locks because it's inappropriate.
Question for you. Is it different being a white dude versus a black dude versus a Mexican versus an Asian here in Oakland?
Everybody do the same thing, man.
Same shit, though?
Everybody do the same thing.
All right.
It's just that Asians, Hispanics, they stick together.
Okay.
Yeah, blacks, they kind of, I hate to say it, but blacks, they like crabs. They don't want to see, you know, they...
Crabs in a bucket?
Crabs in a bucket.
What about the whites? They're just dyeing their hair blue?
Y'all trying everything. Y'all trying to fit in, man.
They're trying to fit in?
Target enslaved my ancestors a year ago.
Target?
Target.
What did Target do?
If we really want to break down every single system that has truly impoverished our community, enslaved us, taken money from our families, and then displaced us as if now we're the burden to this entire city that was once 40% black.
Sure. But what did Target do, and at what point do we not uphold any values when we lead to...
At what point do we not uphold Target to then give back all of their funds that they can easily give back?
But if we steal from Target, then we steal from CVS, then we steal from Walmart, and then the Walmarts leave, and then all we have...
But we built it.
No, but then all we have are corner stores in Oakland when we run out all these large businesses, right?
Our corner stores are mom and pop's own. They're black and brown owned. We don't steal from our corner stores. That's the crazy part.
She's lost. This girl is lost. I'm looking at her like, is she serious right now?
She has valid points, but it's almost like the analogy of defund the police.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, police are never going to get defunded. But sometimes you have to go extreme just to get a little. So when they said defund the police during the 2020 riots and all that stuff, during COVID, it was said, because people know the police are not going to get defunded. And you see people all the time online, yeah, this police department's that been defunded. No, they haven't. It was just said so you could pay attention to what's going on to black people in this country, the way police are treating them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to
It shows a
extreme
man
to
walking
get
into Ideal
eyes.
Market in Oakland and seconds later ripping out the store's ATM. It happened around 10 p.m. Thursday night while the store was still open with an employee
The store was
inside.
still open.
We have ATM as a convenience for the neighborhood, for the customers that come here.
But we could rock it.
I don't even want to listen to this girl. She
I don't mind listening to her because she's nuts.
Yeah.
She cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But They stole the ATM while the store was still open. I never seen no more gangster shit in my life.
Hey, let's take Walmart's in Chicago.
Okay.
They're gone. Why are they gone?
Whose fault is that?
People stealing from Walmart.
Why did Walmart come into an urban city already and displace thousands of black people in an area where we needed housing first? Once we have housing, you can sustain yourself from there on in. Walmart. We're also in a generation where people do as trends. Honestly, I used to steal from stores.
Do like whites stick together, the blacks stick together, the Hispanics and Asians stick together?
Cool, everybody. They get high.
Everyone's just people. The primary race in the community, but shit comes in all colors. There's good people in every race and there's bad people.
Tell 'em, brother.
100%.
We don't have time for racism. It's a long forgotten historical memory.
I agree that someone should not be defined by a felony conviction or a crime or past status, but we shouldn't glorify or promote her.
That's when you know you grew up in the hood. He ain't grow up in the hood. She grew up in the hood. Rewind it. Look when the people pull up behind the lady.
Defined by a felony conviction or a crime or past status,
She looked back.
but we shouldn't glorify her.
It's a long forgotten historical memory.
I agree that
when you grow up in the hood, you always got your head on the
felony conviction or a crime or past status, but we shouldn't glorify or promote or allow that to be the case, right? Like if you need food, maybe we make food banks more available, but robbing the corner store or the Target's not the solution, right?
But the solution was never allowing for those businesses to ever come into fruition, knowing that number one, this was first native land, Ohlone land. And we've killed almost 33
I'm gonna be honest, like we gotta
and
stop talking about the past. We can't go back and fix the past. It is what it is. We're at a situation now where we're at. That's like trying to like go back to the future or some shit. Like
that's like trying to go back to last week. Like this shit is behind
it's
us.
over. Like I'm sorry.
We gotta figure something out. We got no time.
Word.
And then you've taken Africans and brought them all through the country.
Bro, it's old. Like, oh my God, you're just pissing me off, bro. It passed already. It happened. What we're going to do today about it? Like, what the fuck? Not what we're going to do about it, but I'm saying, how are we going to get better as a society? Why you keep talking about shit that happened hundreds of years ago that long died? You trying to blame the modern white people now that have nothing to do with that? That's the ancestors who did it. They have no control.
And you know what's crazy?
Africans enslaved Africans.
They are to blame, right? But the problem is the people who make the decisions, they're not him.
Yeah.
They're not walking and living in those areas. It's the big corporations. And I think that's kind of what she's getting at. So she's giving
bodies, our minds, and our spirits to create a Target, to create a Walmart, to create these banks that then further and exploit us. So yes, I'm not saying it's a right thing to do, but these big corporations have the power to change.
Sure.
That's the f***ed up part, and they're not willing to change anything.
Can you explain to me what it is to be a black woman in America 2024?
I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm a worker, and I'm queer. So I've got 4 different oppressional systems already fighting against me. I was raised by 2 white Caucasian parents. They abused me. They really broke me down. You could say I had a chance at life, but the people who were there to actually give me that life didn't give me that chance. But you said the word hope. I used to tell that to myself as I was at a bus stop, wondering what my next meal was gonna be.
I can't do this victim mindset, man.
I gotta be more than this. This cannot be it.
Well, this lady obviously wants the best for her community. When you have local rapping legends like the Jacka shot in the head while being in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people back in 2015, it's clear that senseless violence here in Oakland does not discriminate on who it victimizes.
He's yanking his stuff right in the middle of the street. Hi there. Might not be safe to do that.
It's actually a woman, and might be down to do the interview, but it doesn't seem like she's in this dimension right now. She's in the middle of the road, which is a clear sign of
psychosis
or some kind of mental disability. I'm not a doctor.
Oh, let's center this for a minute. Why isn't she in a psych ward?
And since the law is barely enforced or punished, it slowly becomes free game for looting, break-ins, and theft.
Also, if you're at the airport, do not leave your luggage behind. It may be somewhere out here like this, somewhat unavoidable. Darren, they even got a fridge. Brand new fridge. Check this out.
But luckily, the few rare nonprofits and organizations still trying to make a change.
What are you guys up to?
Hey man, just, you know,
I respect
Salvation Army, you know what I mean?
All right, on. You guys want to share any thoughts on what's going on here in Oakland?
Hey man, what's
like a young old dude, bro. They get paid, right?
Yeah, I agree.
With all this homelessness going on, man, I really hope that
I'll get this paycheck. I hope I get that.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To take care of
Trying to put my 40 hours in.
The 20-year anniversary of his 10-year plan to solve homelessness in California. Billions of dollars later, the situation has only gotten worse. What's going on, brother?
What's going on is these rules and regulations that they're stipulating on the homeless. You know what I mean? There's a lot of drug and mental problems going on right now. They need to take care of that first before they do anything.
I was out here before. Now I'm at a Salvation
There's a
Army.
lot of sober people out here. Actually, they don't smoke cigarettes or drink. They're sober and they're out here.
But they got the image that they do.
Their rent is too
image.
high, I guess.
Rent, it's the work. It's hard to get jobs. It's hard to do a lot of things out here without knowledge and structure to do it.
In the early
said if you guys are hurting and struggling, this is a male ARC, so there's no females allowed. The other ARC that we have for females is in San Francisco. Okay. But you can come right in. We can do the paperwork for you.
It's located here at?
What? 601 Weber Street, Oakland, California. You know what I mean?
While saving the city can seem like an uphill battle, this is a fight worth fighting both here and every other community suffering similar problems. While billions of dollars have been spent, and with the problems facing Oakland only seeming to get worse, addressing the problems your community faces, holding your local politicians accountable, and having the courage to speak up when the opinion is unpopular is critical to continue living in communities worth living in.
Next speaker, please.
Oh shit, there he is, there he is.
Good afternoon, San Francisco supervisors. Stand before you today with a heavy heart as I speak about
something that's really important to me and probably every mother and father in our community, and that is the presence of fentanyl on our playgrounds and in our schools. I implore you to take divisive and decisive action. A lot of the people who are ransacking our grocery stores, who are breaking into our apartments, my apartment's been broken into 3 times. I've had to waken up to burglars kicking in my door and fighting off burglars with my own 2 bare hands while my girl's screaming bloody murder. And that's happened more than once, more than I care to remember. And I'm just wondering if the people on top of the hill, living on top of the hill, have ever had to fight for their life.
Yeah, wow, man. No, powerful words, man.
I was wondering, if people living on top of the hill have ever had to fight for their lives. The lack of leadership in San Francisco, the chaos in San Francisco is having a negative impact on Oakland, and they have become intertwined. Both communities have reached terminal velocity in their collapse, and they're kind of just doing like a death spiral.
If you want to stay...
Wow, that's crazy. Shout out to that guy, man. It's Jerry TV. If you have via subscribe to the channel, we are out of here, man. Peace.
And I know how it gets, so I gotta stay low, not move my knot. I don't trust no nigga, I don't trust no man, ain't no friends, everybody get shot. You never know how nigga gon' throw, I'm hitting the flow with a couple of shots. You better move, you better duck, either way to go, you'll get got.